In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the last greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is the one and only Tony Tone, the magician, a boy with a lot of flow. And yes, I am a classic man. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us once again on a Wednesday evening. The weather here in Gauteng is kind of strange. It was raining in the morning and then it was sunny. Now suddenly it started getting cloudy again. So we hope that the weather will improve as time goes by. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've only recently started following us, please note there is a particular way that we do things here because it gets extremely hot whilst we interviewing our guests. So today I will be joined by someone who does not need any form of introduction when it comes to the golfing space. I'm going to need you to please grab yourself an ice cold glass of water. Like I said, it's going to get so hot you'll be sweating all alone. Even if you're sitting and doing nothing, you'll be sweating because the conversation is going to be on fire. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go for that 2-minute break. And then when we come back, I will be introducing our guest, whom, as I said, does not need any form of introduction. And you will get to understand why I'm saying this. So let's go for the 2-minute break. And then when I come back, our guest will be joining us.
In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the last greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I said to you earlier, thank you so much for joining us today. This is the only podcast you want to be listening to every single Wednesday, 6 p.m. Balls and Tees. If you've never heard of us, then you're probably listening to the wrong stations or going through or streaming through the wrong applications. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I said to you today, that our guest is hyped up, he's ready for us, and I hope you've got that ice cold glass because you might need a refill before we even finish the first segment. So please help me in welcoming the one and only Hardus van der Merwe. Hardus?
Good afternoon, Tony. How are you doing?
I'm good, and yourself?
Good, thank you.
Awesome stuff. Hardus, I'm sure you've been hearing me saying that you don't need any form of introduction, but I tried to do it on my side. However, I believe it's only fair that I give you honest to reintroduce yourself properly to our audience so that they know who Hardus is. How did you come into golf, and what is it that you're busy with in your space at the moment?
Right, I used to work for Central Gauteng Golf Union previously, but then about 6 years I had a stroke, 6 years ago. And then I decided I've got to do something else because Central didn't want to keep me on. And I started creating an app because my kids used to play golf as well. Yeah. Sometimes I have to travel to Cape Town and Fish River Sun, wherever they want to go. And you never know where to go to book the games as well. Then I decided I've got to create that app, which works perfectly because I haven't got the know-how to do the app, but somebody else helped me from Cape Town. Monebeck helped me there. I just explained to her what he wanted, and that's it. That's how we got into it.
Awesome. But I believe that as the conversation goes, we will be able to unpack as to saying what is the app and what can the app do for everyday golfers or even people who just like to know what's happening around golf courses as well.
Definitely.
100%. Now, how does you mentioned that you used to work for Central Gauteng Golf. And with that being said, when did you start playing golf, if I may ask?
I used to play golf before that, and when I was there, I didn't have time to play golf as well.
Yeah.
Then I decided, because I couldn't play golf after the stroke, you understand? Because my right arm is basically half numb, you understand? That's why I couldn't play golf anymore. But I played golf for about 20 years as well.
Sure.
I used to love golf, but anyway, what can you do? Can't do nothing about it. Now you got to take the punishment.
No, 100%. But now tell me, before you started playing, obviously something must have interested you or sparked you to say, listen, let me try the sport.
Okay. What sport?
No, I mean, before you started playing golf, 20 years ago, right? Something must have interested you to say that, you know what, I need to start playing this addictive sport called golf. So I just want to find out what sparked you or what interested you in that.
It basically just interested me because I love competition, you understand? I love competition, and that's what actually gave me interest. Yeah.
Awesome. And then you also mentioned that the inspiration behind the development of the app that you developed was mainly because of the frustrations that you constantly faced when you had to take your boys to go and play golf.
That's right, because you normally have to go to another website, and because when you go to Cape Town, I've got to find that union website and go there, then register first before I can actually enter them. And then you got to accept what you call it, the email as well. It's too much work. That's a problem. You haven't got time to do anything.
100%. No, 100%. So the whole idea of the app, if I get you right, was just to make sure that it is convenient and less effort is put into it.
That's definitely the answer, because I struggle to book because I've got two sons. The one is different age of the other one, so you have to go to the other different ages and look for that age. It's a big mess up. That's what it doesn't work that way. That's why I did the app and decided that's much better.
Yeah. No, 100%. Now we've been referring to the golf app, but what is this app that we're talking about? And if you can just give us basic mechanics of how it functions.
All right. Okay. Basically, it's split up in three parts. It's what you call it, a tournament. The app has got a tournament guide where you put the menu in, you just type on that, you click a button, and you find the Bushveld Tour, Sunshine Tour, Golf RSA, Union Golf, SA Kids Golf, US Kids Tournaments, all of them are on there. There's 4 buttons at the bottom. The next button is a maps. For the maps, you can actually check the maps as well. But the first button, you can click on it and go directly to that union's website, basically. Because that's where you book, basically, for the games, you understand? Okay, and that's it. Then the next one is the maps, because when I travel to Cape Town, I don't know where all the courses are. Now, with this app, you got the courses on the map. You can actually click on that map where the tournament is, and they will show you how to get to that golf club, basically. Okay, that's the next one is the events one. That's for corporate and fundraising tournaments. So it's for free for everybody to load it. There's a certain way you got to load it, a certain size as well. But I'll ask them to just send it to me. I'll change it for them.
Yeah.
And that's for free for them. We're actually busy at the moment organizing a link for accommodation as well, because when you go to Cape Town, you're going to need accommodation as well. And that's it. That's all. I can't tell anything more.
I mean, it's very interesting. I mean, like you said, you can actually search for professional tournaments. You can actually check all the other events, whether it be corporate within respective golf courses, and it can navigate you to those particular golf courses.
That's right, That's true.
Now, I just want to find out, when you were developing your app, right? What were the key stages of the development phase? I mean, you did mention that from a development point of view, you are not that skilled, but someone was able to help you. What kind of
Yeah.
challenges did you face, or what would you say were the key stages of the development that you believe that without them being in taking place, then this app would not have happened?
Basically, the first 2 weeks was very important because you
Mhm.
had to have 14 people on the app to see that it works, basically.
Mm,
To see
mm,
it works. And then after that, that was the biggest problem, to get the guys to come there and test the app. But
yeah.
because nothing is on the app, but we loaded some tournaments on, and they just
Mhm.
want to check it, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that was the most difficult part.
The
But now
first
it's
two.
fine. Now everything runs fine. Now it's just
100%.
basically tweaking it now.
Yeah. Making sure that you improve it.
Exactly. Well, improvement is very important because every day there's something new coming on. Then we had to update the whole time. You understand? Do
Yeah.
updates on the app as well.
Mm. And so far, since you introduced the app, I mean, what has been the feedback, or how is the uptake looking like where people actually utilize it?
Well, the people are fantastic. I think it's lovely because
Mm.
it doesn't take a lot of space on your phone. Basically, just
Oh
takes
yeah.
about 258 kbs,
Mm-hmm.
kilobytes. It's very small, and it
Oh
works
yeah.
perfect because you know it's got a menu as well. There's a lot of stuff you can do on the thing. It's got a
Mm.
menu with 4 buttons: home, listing, map, about, all of those things. And
Yeah.
then there's a tournament list as well. You can check that as on the homepage. Open the map view. Um, After that, you can go down. You see the tournament details. On the tournament details, it's important to have the logo as well, because
Yeah.
the people sending in a poster for you,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to have the tournament information and a more info button that shows them what is a tournament about. You understand?
Yeah.
And that's very important that they want to have it.
Mm-hmm. Now
And it's got to have the sort of when you want to sort it, you can actually put the club name in, the date
oh
as
yeah.
well, the
Mm-hmm.
union, the city, and just press search bar and they search that area that bring up all the tournaments in that place.
Mm-hmm. Now that it's
Because
very interesting because I mean, if let's say for instance, some people are graphic, meaning that they can only relate to graphics. So with the incorporation or the integration of golf course logos, then it
yeah,
makes it easier for anyone who's either um, what do you call this, visually impaired, or someone
that's
who
why
actually
very
just
true. I understand. Yeah,
graphics.
it's very true.
Mm. No, and
Because
then just a quick one. I'm sorry
yeah,
to
no problem.
interject. With regards to anything outside of golf, I mean, yes, you did mention that it was mainly because of all the frustrations that you couldn't really navigate through multiple websites and it was too much admin. But
Yeah,
outside of golf, was there something that perhaps triggered this idea, or is it something that you just sat and did a lot of research about?
let me explain to you. When I used to do the bookings, I actually got
Mm,
frustrated because some of the games were actually missed because I couldn't find the website. You understand? That was the biggest
mm,
problem of all. That's actually what created me, actually motivated me to create this app. You understand?
yeah.
That's all.
Mhm,
That's why I did it, because I know the other people also struggling. A lot of people didn't make the appointments for the golf, and they missed the
mm,
game. My sons also missed a few games. That was the biggest
yeah.
problem of all. You don't want to miss a game
Mm,
because then you go on a waiting list and you don't know if you're going to get in. That's a problem.
yeah. Mhm. And tell me, I mean, you said it's constantly updated. Do golf courses, or let's say certain corporates, need to register to make sure that they upload their stuff
No,
on
they
the
don't have to
oh,
register. Anybody's
oh,
happy to. Anybody can come in.
okay.
Oh, I've got them all. I've got all the Golf RSA tournaments, all the union
Mhm,
tournaments. All the
mhm.
tournaments are already loaded on there.
Yeah.
So they don't have to look for anything. They just look at that area and check which tournaments is on. That's all they do. It's
Okay.
very easy to work as well. Because this morning, I actually went to the Ramsig and I spoke to a guy there. He had downloaded the app in 5 seconds.
Mhm.
And he actually started working the
Yeah.
app. And he said it's very fantastic. He's never seen it. because it's so easy to work. That was
Yeah.
that was the most important part, because we didn't want to create a app because lots of apps out there that actually frustrate you, because you try and do everything, but nothing works.
Yeah.
So that's why I created this app.
100%. Now, I mean, as someone who isn't from the IT space, if I can put it that way, whether it be software or app development, what was the biggest learning curve for you? Because I mean, this is an idea that you came up with, and obviously certain things need to be refined, certain research need to be done, financial inputs needs to be made. So what was your biggest learning curve?
I'm still struggling, but anyway, we're pushing through. What can you do? You can't get everything on at once. That's a problem. Because the iPhone phone, we're busy with the app as well, but that's going to take a while because they're more strict about it. That's why.
Yeah.
They're much more stricter than Play Store app.
And let's talk about the accuracy of the data on the app. Obviously, like you said, everyone can just sign in or sign up and then upload whatever that needs to be done, or search for whatever needs to be done. Now, the accuracy of the information, how do you on the back end make sure that the information is up to scratch and it's not misleading in any way?
Well, we actually check it every day. We check it every day. When I make sure everything works, and everything works, we check it every day, basically.
And the response from golf courses with regards to your app, I believe that it solves a lot of problems for them, and it definitely increases the foot count.
Yeah, no, everybody's happy because Graham from Ramsar told me this morning, it's unbelievable, the app, because he doesn't have to advertise for the people, because people are moving away from Facebook. That's a problem, and that's why we created the app.
No. And if there's something that people are always concerned about, obviously, like you said, people are moving away from Facebook or any form of social media, mainly because of the security there. On your app, your security on the app, how reinforced would you say it is, or how would you rate it when it comes to security?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's very secure. We make sure everything works fine, and nobody will get the information. We actually don't take information from people because of the POPI Act. You can't take information from people, then you're going to have trouble with that, because that's where the problem starts, because everybody talks about the POPI Act, but nobody actually knows how it works. Because POPI Act, you're not allowed to take the information from people and distribute it, basically. You understand? That's the biggest problem.
And that's what worries everyone. And I think that's why people are scared of just being on the internet, for instance.
No, of course, I know, I understand that.
And then just another one from my side. Obviously, like you said, the whole development phase, the first 2 weeks was a bit stressful, but for an application of this magnitude, I mean, you've got basically everything that happens around South African golf. You've got it on the app. How long did it actually take you from the initial stages up to the day that you launched it?
About 12 months. Took 12 months already. Can't believe it.
No, but I think
because there's more now. I actually phone him every day. I said, when is the app working? When is the app working? And he said, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Because it's so much work behind the scenes. That don't work with that. Do you understand?
Yeah. No, I definitely understand. But obviously, moving forward, I believe you've got bigger plans of the app. Like you said, you're always looking at ways to modify it.
Of course, yeah.
But with that being said, obviously there's things such as the HNA system, all those things. Do you envision yourself integrating other golf-related apps into your app, or?
No, let me explain to you. People on our app go directly to Golf RSA, and there where all the handicaps are. Understand? They can check the handicaps there. Everything's on that website. My app is just to basically guide them to those apps, those websites. Understand?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
basically, you click on it, go directly to Central Gauteng to website, to Golf RSA website, wherever you want to go. I do
Oh,
nothing else.
no,
My app just links you to that app.
yeah, that's very beautiful because I mean, like you said, you don't want to. Well, this is my thinking. If you integrate other apps into your app, then you're basically taken away from the market. The
Exactly.
competition
Then you
becomes
make in
very
trouble, of
narrow.
course. Then you make in trouble. You don't want trouble in your life.
100%, 100%. And then, do you perhaps intend on launching it worldwide, or are you just sticking to South Africa for now?
We're looking at it. Don't worry. We spoke about it the other day because the way we running it, we actually go overseas as well.
Yeah.
Because, but then you must go overseas and talk to those guys as well.
Mm.
It will work, definitely. The app will definitely work overseas as well.
Yeah. And now I'm gonna take you back again. I'm sorry, I'm going back and forth with
No, it's
you,
fine,
but
no problem.
I'm so fascinated by this app, and I just want to find out, like, from your side as the one who generated the idea of actually coming up with this app.
Yeah.
Apart from obviously navigating and making it easy to spot or to find events at different golf courses, upfront, did you have any particular key features that you wanted and you just didn't want to compromise those key features?
Basically, yes. Because I wanted to make sure all the tournaments are on my app. Because people look for a tournament and they can't find it, then what do? They go away. So I made sure all the tournaments are on there.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful. And the golden question now would be, okay, how this whole idea came about. It was because you just didn't like your sons missing the game.
Exactly.
And I want to find out, how are they finding it now? How are they seeing this app?
They love it. They said we should have had it a long time ago.
I was just about to say, probably they wish that you could have done it.
So always afterwards it becomes important.
Definitely. Now, looking at the landscape of golf in South Africa as a whole, Hargus, right? Obviously, we're not a first-class country according to research, but I would presume that there's enough golfers within South Africa, whether they be social golfers or professional golfers, who would actually take this app to whole new levels in terms of their usage and all of that. But I just want to find out, I mean, looking at the landscape already of golf in South Africa, what are your thoughts? And if you were to compare it to 20 years ago when you were still playing golf, what would you say has really changed in that landscape?
Well, nothing has changed basically, because there's 138,000 people in South Africa that's members of clubs. And there's a social club as well. So there's more than enough for people to use the app as well. You understand? So I don't know what to tell you actually, because as far as I'm concerned, it's positive. That's what it's all about.
No. I understand it, but what I'm trying to get to is that, okay, I mean, 20 years ago, the number of golfers, it wasn't that much because people always had different perceptions to say, okay, it's very expensive. It can be expensive, especially if you take it professional. But when we look at the intake from social golfing aspect, what's your thoughts around that shift to say there seems to be more social golfers actually being active in golf courses than the professionals?
That's very true. I agree with you there, because a lot of people are playing just social golf because the membership at the clubs are very expensive. You understand? They don't want to become a member because they rather have a 7 handicap or 10 handicap, but they play off the 24, whatever you call it. The people still play golf, but they don't want to become members at the golf clubs because golf clubs are too expensive for them. That's why you don't want to go that way.
I definitely understand it, and I would presume that's why. Apologies for that. That's why certain entities introduced different ways to actually give someone an official handicap without being bound to one particular course. But if I was to ask you, as someone who's got a lot of experience within this golfing space, what would you,
Tony?
a handicap of the net and an actual member of the club, especially golfers?
Just say again, I lost you there.
Oh, so I was just asking, what would you say are the key benefits of actually being a member at a golf club compared to just buying a handicap off the shelf?
You know, I don't know. You know, people, everybody wants to have, you must have a handicap if you want to play tournaments. I don't know what you mean by that, but I think it's fine. If the people want to buy the handicap, then they buy it.
Yeah.
It's up to them, because there's a lot of guys that play more golf as like that. Then you become a member, but you can play at 100 golf clubs anyway.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine. Wherever they want, become a member then.
And I believe that the regulation of handicaps is standard across, regardless whether you got it off the net or you're actually a club member.
Of course, definitely.
100%. Now, I'm going to ask you another interesting question, Hardis.
Okay.
So, yes, you have cleared it from the get-go to say you no longer play golf, right? And I often say to myself, as well as my guest or any other person out there, to say this thing is so addictive. Sometimes I think I even do practice swings when I'm sleeping.
I can imagine.
So I mean, it's unfortunate that you can't play anymore. But I want to find out from you in terms of the love of the game. Obviously, it is there because of this app. It shows that you're still very passionate about the sport, and your sons, I would presume, they still play social golf, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, they're playing social golf, definitely.
But what I'm trying to get to is that on your side, would you agree with me if I said this thing is more addictive than anything in the world?
No, definitely, it's more addictive, because golf is it's like what you call it, something you crave for. You understand?
Yeah.
You crave for the golf, and that's why you can't push it away.
I just wanted to make sure that I'm not losing my mind, because I'm always preaching golf. If somebody was to ask me about sports, I say, no, let's go for a round of golf. And they say, no, we don't play. I'm like, no, come, I'll teach you. Even if I'm not the right person to do it, but I want to teach you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's quickly go for a 2-minute break. And then when we come back, I want to put you on the spot. I'm going to ask you very intense questions, but I don't think they're that intense, because you've got full-on experience when it comes to golf, from a management point of view to the development of the best app I've seen so far when it comes to any form of sport. So it will be more around the sport itself, nothing too intense, nothing that's going to throw you off.
No, definitely, I agree with you.
100%. Let's go for the 2-minute break, and then when we come back, we will carry on with our second segment then.
Thank you.
In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the last greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter.
Invisible Ink Consulting, your gateway to financial success. We specialise in providing the best solutions to manage your finance and accounting, ensuring a better life for you and your business. Our expert team offers top-notch accounting and tax consulting services tailored to various industries, including but not limited to engineering, medical practitioners, in construction, non-profits, events management, attorneys and financial services. Experience the power of our best analytics, backed by a commitment to our clients and a high level of knowledge. At Invisible Ink Consulting, we strive to deliver the best service you can get, making your financial journey seamless and rewarding. Choose Invisible Ink Consulting for a brighter financial future. Your success, our priority. Please visit us at www.invisibleinc.co.za to reach us. www.invisibleinc.co.za.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the one and only Balls and Tees. As I said, this is the only podcast that's relevant on Wednesdays. So please make sure that whatever you do on a Wednesday, this is the into a different podcast on a Wednesday. We are in the second segment of our podcast, and our guest is still waiting in anticipation. Mr. Hardus van der Merwe is waiting for us. And as you heard, I told you, this man does not need any form of introduction because he's shifting the whole golfing space. The whole world of golf is shifting around his beautiful app. And like I said, we will delve deep into it, but I just want to put Hardus on the spotlight today. He's on a pedestal, and I want to find out from him what happened when he was playing golf, and then where does he see golf moving forward. So Hardus, are you still with me there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you, Tony.
100%. I promised to put you on the spot earlier on, and it's nothing hectic. It's just obviously certain experiences that you've had within the golfing space, right?
Of course, yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask you about 5 consecutive quick questions. It's straightforward. It's like a quiz, all right?
Okay.
You'll tell me when you're ready.
Well, I'm ready. Go. Go for it. No problem.
I thought you needed to prepare yourself first.
I don't even know what the questions are.
Yeah. So let's start. In South Africa, what is your all-time favorite golf course?
Rand Park Ridge.
Ouch. Yo, I was afraid you're going to say Rand Park because that's such a beautiful course.
It's a beautiful course. And I've got 2 courses.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing about it.
Yeah, it's a dual course, which is very beautiful and totally different complexity.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you.
100%. And then my second question would be, while you were still playing golf, what would you say was the moomish shot or any moomish experience that you've had around the golf course, whether it was by you or by people that you were playing with?
Well, my son got a hole-in-one when he was playing at Mahales Park.
Oh,
Short. I'm still upset about it. I have never had a hole-in-one. So he got a hole-in-one. He was 11 years old. Got a hole-in-one. Mahales Park. Can't believe it.
That's beautiful. And I have to say, like, there's a lot of golfers like myself. I've never had a hole-in-one. I've had an albatross, but a hole-in-one is just something else. I think it changes your whole view of the sport itself.
I dream of a hole-in-one. That's it. Can't do nothing else. Can only dream. What can you say?
No, 100%. You dream big, it can happen one day.
Exactly. Maybe.
100%. And then when it comes to your equipment, your golfing equipment, how in the 20 years that you played golf, how often were you changing your clubs?
Every 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
Because clubs develop so quickly, you must change. Otherwise, you're going to stay behind. Understand?
Yeah.
Because you must do it that way. That's the only way you can do it.
100%. Okay. And then when you started playing golf, was it something that you had a swing coach or any PGA professional coach to help you at that moment?
Actually, no. I had Brian Rudolphs. He helped me.
Mm-hmm.
He was not my coach, but he helped me as well. And I was happy with that.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And then your sons, how did you get them into the sport? Is it a thing of saying, you know what, guys, I'm going to the driving range, please come with me, let's go hit a few balls? Or is it something that they just liked being a part of?
Well, it was funny. We actually went to San Lamia, and we played golf there. My one son, my other son wasn't yet. My one son just wanted to play, get a putter and play, hit the ball. And he started playing there. And that's where the golf, he was 5 years old. He started playing golf. It's unbelievable how he started. Can't believe.
No, 100%. They catch on very quick when they're young.
Yeah, they're very young. That's a time when they can pick up very quickly.
And then my last question to you, in this quiz, right?
Yep.
It's a very simple one now. This one to say.
Yeah.
Your dream four ball. If you were to be a part of a dream four ball, who would you want in that four ball? Whether they are late or they're still alive.
And else, Tiger Woods and John Daly. Are you there? Tony?
Yeah. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
No, okay, now I can hear you. Tiger Woods, any else? And
Hello,
John
Hardis? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, yeah, lovely. So you went for the big guns. You don't want the new school golfers.
I've got to go for the big guys.
No, 100%. And you know what? I'm just gonna ask you a follow-up question there to say, what do you think is the biggest difference when it comes to, I mean, the likes of your Eddie Els and Tiger Woods compared to the youngsters that are showing up now? What would you say has really changed over time? I do understand that the technology of equipment is there, and I would presume the practice routines will change as well. But from your side, what would you think? What would you say is the biggest contributing factor to that?
Well, I think because the development of golf clubs doesn't make a lot of sense, because they say it gets better, but it's actually 1%. Doesn't get much better.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I say Tiger Woods and any else, they used to play golf and that's it. They never messed around.
No, 100%. Now let's go back to our beautiful app, and you know, after our conversation, I'm definitely going to get that app on my phone, because you know, sometimes it's frustrating not knowing exactly what's happening where, especially around the golf course for individuals who I don't like calling myself an addict. I will say people who
you are an addict, don't lie. You're allowed to say that.
Yeah, no. I mean, you know what? I'm so fascinated by the app itself, because as you speak, I can actually visualize all the stuff that you're saying. Right now, let's say I am, it's just me, Tony, someone who's never played golf, and would like to maybe get a bit of an experience, and I have your app. What would you recommend, or what would you say would be more suitable for someone who doesn't know how to play golf, whether to check on the professional side or just to go for your normal golf days?
Check on the normal golf days, because on the other side it's more professional, more experienced golf, you understand? Because you must look at the social games. That's where you start, basically.
All right. No, that makes sense. And I mean, obviously, like you said, everything is uploaded, and you guys make sure that you check on it every single day. Now, sometimes, obviously, the weather will play somehow. Like today, as I said, it was raining in the morning, and then all of a sudden it's sunny, where people would then say, you know what, I'm going to cancel this. Does it update at real time, or do you have to do follow-ups with respective golf courses to say, is this thing still going on or not?
They basically inform me, and I put them there when a new date is and when it's postponed.
Okay.
Immediately as I get the news, I put it immediately on the app. So there won't be problems anyway. And a lot of people, they don't complain about it.
No. I mean, the reason I'm basically asking is because obviously, like I said, it will take its own shift. And so sometimes you find that it's last minute. So I just wanted to get an idea of how do you guys keep up with such things, to say, okay, if the weather changes and then the course says, you know what, we're closed today, do they update you guys, or is it something that you have to proactively go and do?
They send me a WhatsApp and then I immediately do it for them.
Oh,
That's
that's lovely. That's lovely. That's lovely, because
right.
I mean, the relationship between yourself and golf courses then needs to be in a pristine matter
It's
all
all
the
about
time, to make sure that
it's all about the communication. That's it. Because I
Mm.
just send me a WhatsApp and I update it immediately.
Mhm.
Because with the WhatsApp, it works fantastic.
Yeah. No, 100%. Now we're moving on to the 19th hole. I think yourself and I had our fair 18 now.
Okay.
So how does when obviously, like you said, currently you can't play golf no more, but when your sons play, do you sometimes join them? And obviously I always tell people that I love golf because you can do anything on the golf course that other sports don't allow you.
I know that's true, but I actually just walk with them and that's it, because I can't play golf anymore because my right hand arm is a bit slow. You understand? I can't hit the ball. But I'm busy practicing. Don't worry. I'm busy
Well,
getting it. Exactly. I've got to get to work on it.
we need more golfers.
Exactly. I know.
Yeah, 100%. And then now let's talk about the 19th hole, right? From my side, I always say that it's one of the most highly spoken of holes in the golf course, right? And mainly because there's conversations that's happening there, there's networking, and all the other things. From
That's
your
what
side,
business happens basically there.
yeah,
Always like,
yeah, that's where people start playing.
yeah, exactly.
Now, I want to find out from your side, what has been the most outrageous things that you've heard on the 19th hole? We don't have to say them out loud, but I mean, just an idea.
Sure, but now you're putting me in question. What's the worst I've heard about? A lot of things.
Yeah.
When somebody threw his whole bag into the dam because he missed a shot. He threw his whole bag in the dam. I don't believe it. You can't believe it. He threw.
Yeah.
That's the worst I've heard.
Thousands of rents in the water.
A lot of money that you don't do that.
Mm.
That's the worst I've heard.
Yeah. Speaking of which, have you found yourself frustrated on the golf course to a point where you would want to break a club or just scream out loud?
Ooh, I've broken a few clubs already. Don't you worry. I've broken a few. You can't believe it.
Yeah.
I threw the third clubs and it breaks. When you hit it, when it hits the ground, the club breaks.
Sure.
You don't realize it, but it breaks. It's basically metal.
Yeah. Was it because you were winning, or were
No,
things not going
frustrated.
according to plan?
I was losing. That's why. When I win, I never break clubs.
No, 100%. And you know what? I actually want to share something with you. So when was it? 2 weeks back, I was playing at Bryanston Country Club.
Lovely club,
So
definitely lovely club.
it's a beautiful club, I have to say. So I started on the back nine. As I was on hole number 12,
Okay.
I hear someone screaming 4. So I decided, you know what? I'm not even going to look to see what's happening or what's coming behind me.
Yeah.
I'm just going to squat immediately.
Exactly.
Now, the most embarrassing thing there was that as I was squatting, my pants tore from knee to knee. So I was,
That's very bad.
but as I picked my head up, that ball, had I not shifted that quick, was actually going to hit me on the head because it landed right in front of me.
You lie, genuine. That's unbelievable.
So I was only consoling myself to say, okay, now I'm going to play the remainder of this first 9 with torn pants. Things are basically revealed down there. Things
But you
that we
carried
can't
on.
mention.
You obviously didn't have new pants
I had to buy new pants
at the pro shop.
when everyone was going to the halfway. I had to go and look for new pants,
Definitely, sure.
and I was so upset because I really love those pants, and it was embarrassing because there were women and men everywhere. So it looked as though something was biting my pants. But
Of
I
course.
was very grateful to say at least it didn't hit me, because the experience of being hit by a golf ball is something else.
That's unbelievable. You don't want to be hit by a ball, because I got hit on my what you call it, the marmeri, and it was very sore. It's also
I can
a Holly Park. I hate that club, but I also love the club.
No, 100%. Now, as I was speaking about the 19th hole, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people would say that's the place where everything happens, especially business related, or let's just say business related. On your end, what would be the most memorable thing that has happened at the 19th hole, whether it be business related or it's a matter of socializing? What was the most memorable moment that you experienced?
Gee, now you're asking me a question. Let me think about it. I'll answer you now. Okay.
Not a problem. Not a problem. And I mean, whilst you're thinking about it, I also would like to pose another question to you, to say, for as much as people will talk about the 19th hole, a lot of people hardly reflect on the game. They would say, okay, I played a bad shot there, and then they just take whatever it is that they're drinking at the time. But I want to ask you on a personal note, both as someone who played golf and someone who also went with his kids to the golf course where they play. What is the one thing that you would discuss with your sons to say, listen, guys, you guys were playing. This is what one could have done. Did you or do you still have those kind of conversations on the 19th, or it's just a matter of socializing and just having fun there?
As a parent, you will always have question. You always have a discussion afterwards, because even the buddies, they talk about the shots, talk about how far they hit, but it's not how far you hit. It doesn't. The distance never counts on golf. It's the control of the ball. Keep it on the fairway and go for the green. That's it. That's how you score, basically. But I never believed that. That's I couldn't play golf. I could never sort that out.
I was also just about to say, you know what? I am one long hitter, but I think I'm hitting to the wrong places most of the time, because
exactly, it always goes off the fairway and that stuff.
Yeah, I always outdrive people, but I don't know what happens next.
That's it, yeah. I know definitely what you're saying.
No, 100%. So before I let you go, Hades, I just want to find out from you. I mean, you've been in the space both as someone who was working in golf and someone who played golf, and someone who's still very invested in golf, as you are making developments of apps that people can use, right?
Of course, yeah.
So I'm just going to ask you for one small big favor.
Yep.
Right. There's a lot of people out there who don't have a clue of what golf is about, number one. Number two, there's a lot of people out there who would like to get into the sport itself, but they are very intimidated because every time they hear people saying it's expensive, when they go to the pro shop, I don't know, for some reason, some people will just take them to the expensive sector.
No, it's always like that. I know that, yeah. I hate that. I don't want to go there. I always want to take me to the expensive clubs.
Yeah. Now, I want to find out from you. I mean, like I said, you've got hands-on experience when it comes to playing, when it comes to other things in the space. What would you recommend, or what would your advice be to people who are clueless about golf or people who want to start playing the game? What would you share with them to make sure that when they get in, they get hooked like myself and become addicts like yourself?
I would say buy a second-hand shot, but a second-hand set. First, get into the golf before you buy an expensive set, because that's why a lot of people buy the expensive sets. It doesn't make you better golf. It actually, you waste your money. That's what happens basically. So just get a good second-hand set, practice first, play golf, and then you enjoy it. That's it. Nothing else.
Lovely. No. I like the way you put it, because you know, if anything, people have different opinions about the sport itself, and some would say no, go for lessons. But the thing is, some lessons, depending on where they start you, they may make it less enjoyable. But with second-hand clubs, you know that you can still resell them should you not enjoy the sport as well.
Definitely.
100%. No. I think for now, I'll leave it there. And I just want to say a huge thank you for joining us. And
thanks,
trust me, I'm going to download the app tomorrow when I'm with you. I'm going to show you the app, and I'm going to say, I've used it. I'm going to a particular golf course now.
Well done, Tony. Go for it. Okay.
100%.
Okay, thanks, eh?
Thank you so much, Hardus.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of our segment, and I have to say a big ups to Hardus for developing that cool application. I will be sharing more news about the application, but you know what? Because I'm a very lovely person, a very lovely host, and I want people to experience what I experience, the app itself is called, give me a drum roll, it's called Golf Day Buddy. So if you go onto App Store and you look for Golf Day Buddy, you will be able to download the app. As Hardus said, it's easy to actually navigate through. You're able to see professional tournaments, social tournaments, or social golf days. It's able to help you navigate to whatever golf course that you want to go to. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, I have to say, if you're working tomorrow, please go to work wholeheartedly. Make sure that you don't think about golf, or you don't do funny things related to golf while you're at work. But if you're working on Friday, I think you need to engage with me, because Friday is a golf day. Nobody wants to be in the office on Friday. Everybody wants to play golf. But with all that being said, please, let's encourage each other. Let's talk to our friends, family, relatives, co-workers to join this beautiful sport so that they experience the beauty in nature. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the one and only Tony Tone, the magician, the boy with a lot of flair, and yes, I am a classic man. You'll get to understand why I call myself a classic man if you continue listening to us. With that being said, you must have yourself a beautiful, beautiful weekend up until next week when we chat. Thank you.